Captain Cringy's in the mix. That was probably cringe of myself, but it's Cliff, and he's back with a new lineup. That'll be for the Part 2 Halloween event 2023 and all of that, so for the Team Go Rocket takeover. Just some things to get out of the way, of course, that apply to all Team Go Rocket fights. Hopefully I put text on screen in editing. I think I do this now. Whenever you use a charge attack or whenever they use one, it also is whenever they feint or you feint, switching out, like, we switch to this Poliwrath right away right here. That makes Team Go Rocket stand still, so their Pokemon will be still for almost 3 seconds. You use that stun time or stagnation time to just build up a lot more energy, so farm that energy up to chain fast attacks that are hopefully spammy. This is just if you're struggling. Some people like to just kind of out-muscle the Team Go Rocket leaders if they have 4,000 CP plus legendary Pokemon, whatever. I understand that. This is not for you probably. So again, if you do struggle with it, ladies and gentlemen, Cliff's got Dratini right here, and it's actually using Iron Tail, so with a Steel type move. That's why I pulled in Poliwrath, but also because this Poliwrath has Ice Punch. You could do this without 2 charge attacks. I just have my Poliwrath set up with 2. That does give us an advantage. We can use Power Up Punch, and that's actually why when he sent in this Slow King right now in the middle spot, we are going to go for a Power Up Punch just for that guaranteed buff in attack. It makes your attack rise, and it also takes less energy to fire off, so just in case you're in any trouble, etc., etc. Ice Punch is going to be a little bit more powerful, but you really like Ice Punch in conjunction with Power Up Punch to deal extra damage. See, look at this. We're going to have the attack buff all the way up now, and we're going to go ahead and use Ice Punch, which, we're not looking for super effective right now. We're just looking to stall, but also deal extra damage so that we can then switch into our intended Pokemon here for this middle spot, which is going to be Shiftry. Cool thing about Shiftry is that its attacks are going to be super effective kind of no matter what if you're using Dark or Grass right now going up against this Slow King. So look at that, super effective damage with that foul play. Man, this thing's a monster. So another thing that I do in all these videos, at least that I try to do whenever I can, 9.5 times out of 10, is just use Pokemon that are below the 1500 CP level caps. And so me sticking below the Great League means that you could have your Pokemon above the Great League, right? So you could go way higher. You could go with 2,000, 3,000 CP and presumably do better than me, right? Do this quicker, especially if your Pokemon are, higher CP and then the Team Go Rocket ones are lower. My account right here that we're using is actually a friend's account. Don't tell Niantic. It was a viewer of this channel donated it, level 41. And so let's say that you're level 31. Well, you're going to be fighting Pokemon that are of a much lower CP than mine. I shouldn't say much lower, but kind of lower. And so really, Shiftry can kind of continue the trend right now. If you've got Grass, at least, we pretty much almost took out that Tyranitar. We probably could have, finished it off with Shiftry. I went ahead and made Scrafty that pinch hitter, and it's fine. Scrafty, really good against Tyranitar in most cases, especially if it's using Bite. But hey, that Tyranitar was using Steel against us with Iron Tail as well. So any of those Pokemon were good to use against Tyranitar. Go with Fighting if you can for 256% on that super effectiveness. Please click an end screen on screen to see another one. And thanks for viewing.